What do you think are the most vital adjustments for game two, after having that, overnight to kind of digest them?
Well, again, Toronto getting behind us was addressed for 3 days. Johnson got behind us early. Obviously, the Nylander goal. So we'll have to continue to send that message. Obviously, that's on the staff to make sure it gets through. And then how aggressive to be because of that. Our puck management. Players, to me, have always been responsible for effort and execution. They control that as soon as they go over the boards. And part of our execution wasn't good enough with the puck last night in our decision making. So, we talked about appropriate risk reward. Those are the two biggest things. There's other parts of our game, a little more urgency, a little more physicality, cleaner breakouts, but some of that goes to effort, some of it goes to execution. So those are probably the three biggest areas. And that's what we talked about this morning and worked on a little bit in practice, and let's hope we carry it over.
Was it surprising on some level that maybe some of those things weren't at a playoff?
Yeah, you're expecting game one to be on your game. We weren't as much as we'd like. There was pockets of it. Second period, unfortunately, we're going into the intermission 3-1, and we did a lot of things well. But we didn't play a smart enough hockey game. We paid the price.
What is Jake's status?
Jake was given a maintenance day, so he will be assumed back with us tomorrow morning. Obviously, if he's not feeling well, then we'll have to make a decision. Put Backus in and juggle the lines around. But right now, we anticipate he'll play.
If he's available, would you think of going with Backus?
I thought about going with Backus game one too. We made a decision that we had to check fast against Toronto. There's two ways to slow down. They're a fast team. Either physically slow them down, or you skate with them to slow them down. I thought we'd do a better job checking with our legs, skating, than we did last night. And what I mean by that is them getting behind us and then coming through the neutral zone with speed. There was times we did a real good job with it. Our legs were good on the forecheck. Other times they weren't. So obviously David adds the physicality piece. We'll have an internal discussion. Is that a better plan of action? I don't think we executed our game plan very well. That's on, again, the staff to get that message through. So we'll see tomorrow, but I won't make that decision today.
Was there a point in the game, any point in the game when you talked about urgency where you said maybe we could have used him?
Yes, and that's where you rely on the Wagners and the Acharis of the world. So we went through our lineup. Listen, they probably outplayed us at every position, outcoached us, obviously, so they deserve to win. And that's an area that, the Kadri hit on DeBrusque. It's a physical hit. It's borderline. We need to get into that mode as well, put them off their game. And that's where the Acharis and Wagners do bring some of that. I thought Clifton and Charlie started to get hard. McAvoy in the back end, finished some checks. Obviously, Clifton did it to Nylander and drew a penalty right after that. So we need a little more of that in our game when the situation dictates. Physicality when it's there. Check with your feet and your brains and your stick when you're not able to get there. I thought, we weren't good enough in that area.
If starting with the puck is so important, possession-wise, why don't more teams practice face-offs?
Well, you can practice it, but it's about winning it, right, and help. I think teams discuss how the winners get involved helping. What's your best opportunity to get it back, on all the dots? I don't know. I can only speak for us. We go over our D-zone draws. We actually revisited today because we had a goal against. It was more about recovering the position, I think, than anything else. We got stuck on the wall, both Pasta and Charlie, a little late recovering their spots. We practiced it on the power play a lot. I read an article, I think was in The Athletic, Joe, that they said it was overrated, face-offs too, I think, about 3 weeks ago, about the importance of face-offs. So we believe it's important. We'd like to start with the puck. So, but anyway, that's how we do approach it.
How do you improve this time of year, other than what you just said? Is there?
I don't know if a centerman's going to improve a lot at this point of the year. Some of it is natural for them. They come in, they're good at it. They have quick hands, good hand-eye coordination. They're strong on their bottom hand. Some of it would be help. I guess that's the easiest way to, as the guys away from the other four guys, how can they get in there and help at the right time would be the easiest way to improve it.
Bruce, I know you said earlier in the year you still saw Marner as a pass first type guy. Has he evolved to the point where he's more of a, spectrum is more of a dual threat for?
Well, I think he's always a dual threat. I think he's a pass first threat, then a shot first. He scored 2 last night. I don't think he's going to pass either one. He had an open net on one and a breakaway on the other. So we certainly know he can score. I do believe he makes people around him better because of his passing ability. He was really good for them last night. I don't think that surprised anybody.
Well, you used the Achari line late when you guys are behind against their top line. Is that something that you can go to earlier when it's in the first period?
We could. We did a little bit Fluto. The reason we were doing that is to free up Bergie's line for offense. We're behind 2. They were doing a good job against them, so we thought maybe they did have a better opportunity against one of their other lines to generate offense. Certainly we've used Achari all year against skill lines. I think they play a little more against Matthews. That's something we'll look at. Obviously, if Bergie's line's having trouble getting going offensively, give them credit. They did a good job. Played a good 200-foot game. Typically, that's Bergie out playing the other line. Their line got the best of the matchup last night. Tomorrow's a new day.
Was game one important for Coyle and Johansson to kind of just get their legs on their own? And obviously, there was alternate there. They did have chances. It seemed like they were.
Well, they both played a lot of playoff hockey. We expected they'd be good, not nervous. They were. I think Charlie Coyle was very good, arguably our best player. Had some good looks at the net, battled for pucks. Johansson had his skating legs. I think in the third goal, he didn't recover quick enough for our D. He was in the right spot, but didn't recognize Nylander's speed. But he was in the right spot. Other than that, I thought they were both very good.
Take 2 more for R2.
Bruce, was there any sense as the game started there and as it went on in the first period, second period, that your team underestimated them a bit?
Well, we didn't have our normal juice that we'd want at home for game 1. Did we underestimate them? I don't think there's any lack of respect for the Leafs. We had a great battle last year. Teams have changed, players have changed, but the uniform crest hasn't, so we know what they're capable of. They're 100-point team, so I don't think there was a lack of respect. I think there was a lack of, when you don't see a team for a while, that when you talk about, oh, they're going to do this and stretch you out, and all of a sudden they do it and it's in your net, it gets your attention. Talking about it obviously did. I hope it got their attention now, because it's one of the things they do well. When you talk about a team, oh, they got speed, well, so do we, and we're going to play our game, and we do want to play our game. Part of the neutralizing their speed is having ozone puck possession time, and I think that's where we weren't hard enough. To be honest with you, I give them credit. They won a lot of pucks, got out of their end in a hurry. Even the third goal, I mean, we're on the rush, and it's a 50-50 puck. They win it from us, bang, they're gone. That's where they were better than us in areas and converted.
How close do you think Corral and Moore are?
Both skated today harder than they have. Neither will play tomorrow. So the next best opportunity for them would be Monday.
Thanks, everyone. We'll call for a short.
Thanks.